You've killed Xenomorphs and Special Forces team. You've hunted across 17 star systems and never once questioned who the apex predator was. Tonight, you're hunting Earth's deadliest prey. By morning, you're gonna find out what happens when the ultimate hunter meets something that doesn't belong in the hunt. You are the predator, and you are up against horror movies' deadliest killers. First up, Art the Clown. The thermal signature is wrong before you even see him. He's human-shaped, human temperature, but the way he moves doesn't match anything in your database. You have 4,000 species logged across 17 star systems, and this thing walks like none of them. He's carrying a garbage bag full of tools, saws, hammers, things meant for building, except he's not building anything. The wear pattern says that these tools have touched flesh. You decloak. Every species runs when you decloak. Millions of years of prey instinct screaming at them to get away from something bigger and wrong. You've watched it happen 10,000 times. But he waves. He's not running, not freezing. He's waving like you're an old friend showing up late. Then he starts clapping, slow, silent, with his head tilted at an angle that would snap a human neck. Your targeting laser paints his chest. He looks down at the red dot and grins like you just handed him a birthday present. You fire. The plasma bolt does what plasma bolts do. His chest opens, his organs fail, he drops. You know what dead looks like. You've made this kill 1,000 times, but the bastard gets back up. The wound is closing. It's not healing, but rebuilding cell by cell, following a pattern that has nothing to do with DNA. You fire again, he falls, he rises. You empty the entire charge into him until there's nothing left but scorched concrete and smoke. And somewhere behind you, a child laughs. You spin. There's nothing on thermal, nothing on UV, nothing on any spectrum your mask can reach, but the laugh keeps going. It's high and delighted, like something just passed a test you didn't know that you were giving. The scanner catches something weird. For exactly 0.3 seconds, there was a second signature 6 feet to your left, child-sized. And then, nothing. Your ship pings a new target 6 blocks east. Male, elderly, stationary, dying. You can see it in the thermal patterns, the way his body is eating itself from the inside. This next kill should be simple. This one should remind you what hunting actually feels like. Your next target is Jigsaw. The warehouse is full of machines and none of them are weapons. Your scanner runs the inventory. Pressure plates, tension wires, spring-loaded blades, chemical tanks, all of it built from stuff he found at hardware stores and medical supply rooms. All of it designed to hurt, not kill outright. Whoever made this wanted their victims alive long enough to suffer. The man in the wheelchair sits at the center of everything. There's cameras positioned around him, messages recorded. The whole room is arranged like a stage waiting for an audience. Your thermals show what's happening inside his body. Cancer is chewing through his organs. His systems are failing one by one. He has days left, maybe even hours. He knows you're here. He's known since you walked in. I want to play a game. The recording starts. The plasma bolt goes through the speaker, the wheelchair, and the wall behind both. 4 seconds. You stand over what's left and feel nothing. No challenge, no honor. This was not prey. This was mercy. But you don't leave right away. You walk through the room instead, studying what he built. The design work is actually impressive. He made kill systems from junk. Mattress springs, hospital needles, kitchen timers. He built tests that force the prey to hurt themselves. To choose between losing a piece of their body or losing everything. The dying man understood something most species never figure out. The kill isn't the point. The struggle is. The fear, the desperation, that moment when prey realizes they have to do something terrible to survive. That's what makes a hunt worth running. There's something almost insulting about it. He figured out more about hunting from a wheelchair than some bloodied warriors that you've known. And he did it while his own body was killing him from the inside. You photograph the trap designs with your biomask. You've never done that with human technology before, but this impressed you. Your armor pings a warning on the way out. Acid traces are on your leg plating. Something corrosive is eating into the outer layer. Something touched you during the clown fight, and you didn't notice until now. Your ship runs the chemical signature and finds one match, a 1958 meteorite impact, unknown biological payload. The last track location is the subway tunnel 3 clicks north. The next target is the blob. Your database holds files on 4,847 known species, and this thing matches none of them. No organs, no shape you can name, it's just mass. Translucent pink mass filling the subway tunnel the way water fills a pipe. And everything it touches stops being what it was. You watch a rat brush against the edge of it. The rat doesn't die, but it dissolves. 3 seconds and there's nothing left except more of the mass, slightly larger than it was before. You try the combi stick first. It passes through without any resistance. The mass just parts around the blade and seals up behind it. Your wrist blades would be worse. Getting close enough to cut means getting close enough for it to dissolve you. You're backing up now. Moving in reverse through a dark tunnel while something that shouldn't exist oozes towards you. You haven't retreated from anything in 400 years. The plasma caster fires and the mass screams, not with sound, but with movement. It recoils from the burn zone like an animal protecting a wound, pulling back from the heat in a way that finally makes sense. You've found something it doesn't like. So you fire again and again and again. The tunnel fills with the smell of burning acid and the sharp hiss of steam, bolt after bolt carving a path through something that has no center to aim for. You're not killing it, you're not even sure that this thing can be killed, but you're pushing it back, and right now, that's enough. By the time you reach the surface, your gauntlet shows ammunition at 34%. You've burned through more plasma in 15 minutes than most hunts need in a week. You won, but you won expensive. And your database still shows 0 matches for what you just fought. Rain hits your mask as you climb onto the Chicago streets. Something has been watching you. Your thermal picks up a figure standing in a doorway 3 blocks away, 7 feet tall, with a hook where his right hand should be. He's been waiting since you went underground, and somehow he's smiling at you like he already knows his name. Your next target is the Candyman. He steps out of the glass like the reflection was a doorway. 1 second, the window shows your own heat signature and the empty alley behind you. The next, he's there, pulling himself through the surface like it's water, like mirrors are just doors nobody told you about. But your thermal reads him clean. Heat signature, pulse, and organs where they belong. Finally, something normal you understand. The fight is physical and almost enjoyable. He's stronger than a human should be, fast enough to make it interesting, but you've killed Xenomorphs with less effort than this. His hook catches your shoulder plate with a sound like a bell. You don't even feel it. Your wrist blades open his chest from throat to stomach, and he falls. You take the hook. It's good weight, decent design, worth keeping as a trophy, even if the hunt was short. You then turn to leave, and he's standing in the doorway. The wound is gone, his chest is whole, and he's covered in bees, thousands of them crawling across his skin, spilling from his mouth when he smiles. They shouldn't be able to be alive in this climate, and they definitely shouldn't be moving like they're following his orders. 400 years, he says. You freeze. He's not speaking English, he's speaking your clan's dialect in an accent that died out 3 centuries ago. 400 years you've carried that shame. The hunt you failed, the prey that got away, the name you can never say out loud because saying it would mean admitting what you really are. You put a bolt through his chest, it explodes again, he drops, and he's back up before the smoke clears. I know what you are, he says, bees pouring from the fresh hole in his body, and I'm not the only one. He steps aside and gestures towards the door, letting you leave. Not because he can't stop you, but because you're not worth the effort of keeping. That part stays with you longer than the fight did. You leave the city behind. The nav computer has something else. In rural New England, 1630s architecture, something old is living in the trees. This time, you're gonna kill something and make sure it stays dead. Your next target is the witch. The hag in the woods dies easier than she should. She's crackling with energy that your scanner can't identify, patterns that don't match anything in your database. She throws curses that feel like static against your armor. She transforms into animals, cycling through shapes like she's searching for one that might actually scare you. A wolf, a raven, something with too many legs. Your plasma caster handles each form without adjusting power. You take her head while she's still mid-shift. Trophy secured. This is what hunting is supposed to feel like. And then the damn goat speaks. It's been watching from the tree line since you arrived, with black fur, yellow eyes, and horns that curve in a way suggesting something far older than any goat has the right to be. You dismissed it as a local wildlife when you first landed, but you seem to be wrong. The voice doesn't come through your translator, it speaks directly into your skull, in your language, in your clan's dialect. I can give you what you want. You don't move, you wait. The greatest hunt in known space, prey that would make your name immortal across every clan, prey that would erase 400 years of shame in a single kill. Your hand drifts towards your wrist gauntlet before you realize what you're doing. The self-destruct sequence, the only weapon in your arsenal that might work against something like this. All you have to do is break the code, just once. No one would ever know. You stop. Your hand freezes an inch from the button. The goat smiles, and goats cannot physically smile, but this one does anyway, wearing an expression that says it knew exactly what you would choose and what it would cost you to choose it. Next time, it says, you return to your ship in orbit. You need distance from whatever the fuck just happened. The navigation system boots clean, weapons check green, everything looks normal, until you notice the face on every screen. A girl, long dark hair, water dripping from her features that you can't quite pick out. She's in your flight logs now, your mission archives, your targeting history. She was not there before you went planetside, but she's everywhere now. Because a new target, Carrie White. Back on Earth, something is pulling at the air itself. You track the source to a high school gym in a town called Chamberlain. The readings don't make sense. Massive power spikes with no tech behind them. Like feel yourself lift off the ground. Not jumping, but being lifted. Your mass meaning nothing against a force that you can't see or measure. Your wrist blades extend on their own. She's inside your armor, manipulating the tech and turning your weapons towards your throat. This is what being prey feels like. You fire the plasma caster manually. No targeting lock, just from muscle memory. The bolt screams towards her chest, but she catches it. Not deflects, not dodges, but catches. The plasma hangs suspended between you, glowing and spinning. Then she flicks her wrist and sends it through the ceiling. The last thing you see before everything goes black is her face. Not angry, not happy, just tired. Like you're not even the first monster that she's dealt with tonight. You wake up in your ship's medical bay. 17 minutes are gone. Your armor is intact, but your systems are fried. Corrupted data everywhere. Damage you didn't take from anything that hit you. And the girl in your screens just became a bigger problem. When your ship connected to Earth's networks for recon data, something slipped aboard. She's been spreading through human systems for years, and now she's found something better than televisions. Navigation, weapons, life support. The countdown on your wrist, the one you didn't set, reads 149 hours. Your next target, if you can even get her, is Samara Morgan. You try everything, quarantine the infected drives, cut the connections between subsystems, physically sever the cables linking weapons to navigation. You've been building ships for 12,000 years, but it doesn't matter. 12,000 years of engineering and you can't figure out how to uninstall a dead girl. She's not in your ship anymore. She is your ship, spread across every system like a signal that doesn't need wires. Your biomask shows her face on every spectrum you select. Infrared, ultraviolet, standard light, that dark hair hanging over features that you can never quite understand. Your nav computer starts plotting courses that you didn't request. A well in Washington, an apartment in Seattle, a hospital morgue. You aim the plasma caster at a wall to test targeting. The laser writes her name across the metal before it locks onto nothing. You abandon your technology entirely. With no mask, no weapons, no gauntlet, you track the wrongness on foot, following it like a scent. It leads to an abandoned building with no power and no working circuits. Nothing that should receive any signal. She's standing in front of a television that hasn't had electricity in years. And the screen glows anyway. 7 days, she says. You don't know what that means. You find out when your wrist, the comm unit you're still wearing, displays the countdown. 149, 2307, falling. She set a deadline and you don't know what happens when it reaches 0. Her face says that you don't want to find out. So you do the only thing left. You destroy the comm unit, then the backup tracker, then every piece of equipment that could carry a signal, one component at a time, until you're standing in a dead field with nothing but your blades and your eyes. You're hunting naked now. Biology only, the way your ancestors did before the ships and the tech and everything that made you the dominant apex predator. That's when you notice the figure at the edge of the trees, who's tall, thin, with no face where a face should be. He's been there the whole time. You just couldn't see him until you stopped looking through machines. The next target is Slenderman. He doesn't move when you're watching. He moves when you're not. You've never faced anything like this, an enemy that lives in the gaps between moments of attention. When your eyes are locked on him, he's perfectly still. When you blink, when you glance away, when your focus shifts for half a second, he's somewhere new. Your thermal vision shows nothing useful. No heat, no cold, just absence shaped like a figure, like the world forgot to render that space. You attack where he was. He's not there. Circle left and he's behind you. Run, something you haven't done since your first hunt, and he's already waiting where you were headed. Your head starts to hurt. Not from an injury, but from something deeper. Your thoughts feel thick and your memory is doing something wrong. you can recall arriving on Earth. The clown who kept getting up, the dying man in his machines, the mass in the tunnel, the one who knew your name, the goat with its offer, the girl who turned your weapons against you. But you cannot remember your clan designation. You stop and try to summon it. The sounds that identify your bloodline, the name you've spoken 10,000 times, but nothing comes. You cannot remember the coordinates of home. The name of your first kill is gone too. Pieces of you are disappearing, not dying, but dissolving, memory by memory, identity by identity. Something is editing you out of your own history. The figure is closer now. You didn't see it move, but the distance between you and it has halved. When you can think clearly again, you're in Antarctica. You don't remember getting here, but a research station sits ahead. It's human, abandoned, and wrong in ways instincts recognize even if your mind can't name them. Every instinct you have is screaming to leave, but you go inside anyway because something in there is moving, and right now that's better than standing still while you dissolve. Your next target is the thing. The researchers are all still here. Your eyes, the biological ones, the ones that can't be hacked, show you human shapes moving through corridors with normal heat signatures and routine movement patterns. But something is wrong with the shapes. The shoulders are too smooth, the fingers are too long, the joints are bending at angles human bones don't support. They look human the way a sketch by someone who's never seen a human looks human. All the parts are present, but the proportions come from somewhere else. They're not attacking you, and that's the terrifying part. But they're getting closer, gradually, naturally, finding reasons to occupy the same hallway, the same room, approaching you the way prey animals approach a water source. Casual, unhurried, and inevitable. Except you're not the predator here. In that analogy, you're the water source. One touch, that's all this thing needs. One cell makes contact with your body and you stop being you. Your flesh becomes raw material. Your memories become its memories. Your strength, your ship access, everything that makes you, you, gets copied and absorbed and worn like a suit. A thing that could take your species could fly your ship home. It could reach your home planet. You've hunted thousands of species across 17 star systems. You've never fought anything where getting touched means losing yourself forever, where the enemy doesn't want to kill you, it wants to become you. You have never been more afraid, so you burn everything. Plasma on maximum output, every structure, every body, every surface that might hold a single living cell. The Antarctic wind carries smoke for miles as the station turns to ash and cinder. You watch from a safe distance, making certain nothing crawls out. You think you got it all, but you're not sure. You will never be sure. The flames die down slowly, and underneath the crackle and hiss, you hear something else. Laughter, deep, ancient, delighted, not from the burning station, but from underneath the ice. Something down there has been watching this whole hunt. Something that makes the thing look like prey. And it just woke up. And it is your next target, Pennywise. It doesn't attack you, it shows you something worse, your worst fear. Not a creature, but a memory. From 400 years ago in a jungle world, you were young and the prey was fast, and in one moment where your focus slipped, it vanished into the canopy forever. The hunt you failed, the one you've never told anyone about, the shame you've buried so deep you convinced yourself you'd forgotten it existed. Candyman was right. 4 centuries of taking trophies, trying to prove that one failure didn't define you. This thing found it in 3 seconds. Delicious, it says. The voice comes from everywhere. The shape keeps shifting. Clown, spider, something with angles that shouldn't exist in normal space. Your fear is delicious. Your certainty was delicious. And watching you realize you were never the apex predator, it grins with too many teeth. The best meal I've had in 27 years. And that's the moment the deadlights open. You don't know what you're seeing. Colors with no names, geometry that shouldn't exist. A figure so vast your consciousness is a speck in a hurricane. You can feel yourself coming apart at the edges. You have 3 seconds before nothing remains. You reach for your wrist and trigger the self-destruct. Not the failsafe, but the real one. You're choosing to die rather than let those lights reach any deeper. But the detonation doesn't come. Emergency protocols kick in, the ship override, and the teleport yanks you to orbit before ignition. You wake 3 days later with holes in your memory that will never fill. The nav computer blinks with coordinates for home. One button and you could leave this planet forever, but you don't press it because the edge of what hunting means was closer than you thought. There are things down there that don't belong in any hunt, so far outside the food chain that apex predator is just some sort of cosmic punchline. You stare at the blue planet below, and for the first time since you earned your blood mark, you're not sure you want to find out what else is waiting. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like and comment down below what other character you want to see fight other horror movie killers, as I'd love to make more videos just like this in the future. Make sure to also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification button so you don't miss out on any of my future uploads. And if you want to watch another one of my videos, you can click the one that's on your screen right now.